going to find that there are many important topics that consultants need to cover and skills that they need to develop. And most topics need to be repeated more than twice, as no one gets it completely the first time through. Each time they hear something, they'll pick up something different. So as more and more people join you, you may end up feeling like a parrot. So I follow the general rule that anything that you repeat often can most likely be done more efficiently, and teaching party skills is one of those things. So the first time a new consultant sees a demonstration party, for example, they're focused on demonstrating the products and how do you talk about the products and what's the product knowledge and what do you say about the products. The second time that they see the same party or the same demonstration party, they're looking at how do you get bookings? How do we get follow-on business from the party that we're doing? Now, if they were to see a demonstration party for the third time, now they're going to be focusing on how do you get recruiting leads, because they've managed to work on demonstrating the products and getting sales, and they've worked on the bookings. Now they're really focusing and honing in on getting recruiting leads. If they see a demonstration party again, they're going to be looking at how to get more sales from the parties that they're doing. And the fifth time that they see it, they're going to be looking for something specific that they're struggling with themselves that they haven't managed to fix yet. So you could run a training demonstration party and cover all of these points, but what your consultants actually take in is going to depend on what stage they're at. So here's something that I did that was hugely helpful for my team. I held a party with my team and I videoed it. I wanted to make sure that I covered everything possible that could happen in a party. It didn't matter that the consultants that were attending were not going to take everything in because I was videoing it and they could watch it later. So everybody that was at the party had a role to play, so everyone was involved. We had someone be the host and we held the party at her place. The team were sent invitations and they were given a role to play and specific things that they had to do, say, or ask during the party. This kept them very interested actually. They really enjoyed it because they had to wait so that they could play their part. So some of the roles that I might give people would be somebody who couldn't decide about booking a party and used a common objection that we hear all the time. And then what I did was I overcame the objection. So that was recorded on the video so people could see something about overcoming objections. I would have someone there who needed to ask a common question that we used to get a lot when I demonstrated a particular product, something that new consultants might find difficult to answer. So somebody there would ask that. I'd have someone that needed to be the center of attention so that people could see how I dealt with someone that was like that at a party. I could also have someone there who had had a bad experience with a product or possibly even another consultant. And what I did with this person was I thanked them for giving us a second chance and coming to the party, so that if that happened for a new consultant, they wouldn't panic when they had somebody who brought up some sort of a bad experience and they knew how to deal with that. I would have somebody there who was helping other people with their order, which we get often at parties, and with that particular person I would approach her about joining the business. And I'd have someone there that booked a party, and then I helped her find a date and I host coached her. So all of this was on the video, and anything that often comes up at parties was included, and I made it look as natural as possible. I just did a normal party exactly the way I would do it in real life, and everybody had to stay in their role the whole time as if I'd never met them and they were at a real party. It obviously went a bit longer than a normal party would because you wouldn't have all of these things happen at a party. But for the purposes of this training video, I wanted all of these things to be in there, and there would have been more things in there as well. The consultants interacted with me as if they were guests, and they made sure that they asked or did whatever it was they were supposed to according to the role that they were given. At the end, I collected all of their orders, and I told the host what she was entitled to. So it was the whole thing from start to finish. Every new person joining my team received this video on a DVD along with the observing party questionnaire. which is something that you'll find in the additional resources section of this course. All of my leaders, as they developed their own teams, they used this as well, and it took a massive stress away from them. And I know for a fact that my most successful consultants watched this DVD over and over again. This is a very much duplicatable system and 3 times bigger activity. So if your business grows 3 times bigger, this is something that's not going to add to your workload and is going to be a very efficient use of your time. Actually, it's probably more like a 10 or 20 times bigger activity, because this is totally scalable. It doesn't matter how big your business grows, this will always work. So just a couple of hints if you decide that you want to do this. You're best to have someone recording the video for you. A smartphone is more than adequate for this purpose. Just keep in mind that you are going to move around during the party, and you want to make sure that you stay in the frame. So if you have a camera on a tripod that can't move, you're going to be a bit stifled trying to stay in the frame. So having someone else do it will make you come across as more natural. Now when you've finished, watch the video and mark down any timings that you feel are important to give people. For example, you could mark down at 3 minutes and 15 seconds, there's my introduction. At 10 minutes, 25 seconds, a guest tries to be the center of attention. At 14 minutes and 5 seconds in, I demonstrate the XYZ special product and I get asked a difficult question. And that way people can jump to the place that they want to look at when they've already watched it several times before. So people that are now trying to work out how to do recruiting or answer some specific issue that they have in their parties, they'll be able to look at the menu of timings and go to exactly the place that they need to be going to. Now you don't have to spend time editing this, just get the thing out there. Once we start editing and trying to make it perfect, it takes forever and it probably actually never gets finished. So just make it, send it out there. It's not going to be a Hollywood production. No one expects it to be. The timings that you give are going to let people jump around to where they want to go, so it doesn't even matter how long it is. If you make a mistake somewhere, then by all means edit it out if you want to. But the idea is that the people will see you being you, and part of that is that it's okay to make mistakes and not to be perfect. If you miss something out, you can always add some extra notes just to say, well, I missed this part out, but here's what you could have done in this particular part of the party.